In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Make Payment module. First, click on Finance and Make Payment. Here, you'll be able to see a list of your previous Make Payment entries, and if you would like to add a new entry, you can click on either Add Supplier Payments or Add Payment Voucher. Supplier payments are for outstanding payments regarding purchase invoices, while payment vouchers are for payments regarding non-business items. So first, let's start by adding a new supplier payment. Click on Add Supplier Payments, and you'll be brought to the Make Payment app page where you will fill in information regarding your supplier payments. Start by selecting your branch at the top right, so in my case I'll select main branch, and for the payment voucher number you can fill it in if you want to. If not, you can let the system auto-generate it for you. For the payment date, I'll select today, and for the supplier, in my case I'll select XYZ Distributions. Now as you can see, once I selected XYZ Distributions, the system will automatically display all outstanding payments for this particular supplier. If you would like the system to show all other invoices for this supplier for other branches, you can also click Show All Invoice over here. For now, I'll untick it. And if you have any other purchase invoices that you would like to view for this supplier that isn't in this list, you can type in their invoice number in the reference number field over here and check Show Zero Balance. Doing so will cause the system to display the invoice that you've just entered in the reference number field over here in the outstanding payment list, even if its outstanding amount is 0 or lower. So for now, I'll uncheck it. And below reference number, the system will also display the total outstanding amount for this particular supplier. Now we'll move on to the outstanding payment section. Here you will see a list of your outstanding payments for this supplier, along with their invoices and their details. To pay the outstanding amount of a purchase invoice in full, all you have to do is just find the invoice and select it by using the checkbox on the left. After that, you can click on Add, and the invoice will be moved to the payment details section over here. To remove it from the payment details section, all you have to do is just click on Delete, OK, and it will be moved back to the outstanding payment list over here. Additionally, if you would like to pay only a partial amount of the outstanding payment, all you have to do is just select your purchase invoice, and in the pay amount column over here, just change your amount. So let's say 400. After that, you can click on Add. And as you can see, the pay amount in the payment details section over here will be 400 instead of the full 800. Other than that, if you would like to search for a particular purchase invoice in this list, you can also utilize the search bar over here. So let's say I want to search for the invoice 2-PII1280. After I type it in, I'll click on search. And as you can see, the system will only display to me the purchase invoice 2-PII1280. To reset the list, all I have to do is just empty this space and click on search, and the list will be resetted. Now, if you don't want to select your invoices manually and you would like the system to do it for you, you can do so by using the auto function. All you have to do is just go down here to the input amount field and type in your payment amount. So let's say I'm paying this supplier 1,000. And after you've typed in your input amount, you can click on auto. And the system will automatically calculate your payment amount and select the corresponding invoices. So once you've finished inputting your amount and selecting your invoices, you can go down here and the system will also display to you your total pay amount in your selected currency, and also your gain loss amount in your selected currency if you're using a foreign currency. Moving on, you can select your payment method over here. So in my case, I'll select check or bank, and you can select your payment account, which is the account that is being deducted. So in my case, I'll select CIMB Bank. And if you have any extra details for this payment, you can fill them in the Payment Info 1 and Payment Info 2 fields respectively. Finally, you can fill in your bank charge if any, and after you've double checked everything, you can click on Save to save your supplier payments entry. Additionally, if you would like to print out this Make Payment entry, you can also click on Print over here, and if you would like to discard this entry, you can click on Exit. Keep in mind that clicking on Print will also automatically save your entry, so there's no need to worry. So in my case, I'll click on Save. So that's it for adding a supplier payment. Now we'll move on to adding a payment voucher. Click on Add Payment Voucher. After that, you'll be brought to the Payment Voucher Add page. Just like the supplier payment entry, start by selecting your branch. So in my case, main branch. And after that, if you're paying an existing supplier, you can search up their name in this field over here. Or if you would like to create a new supplier entry for this payment voucher entry, you can click on New Supplier over here. Doing so will cause the system to redirect you to the Supplier Master Add page, where you can then fill in the information for your new supplier entry. So in my case, I'll type in Bunga and click on Lookup, and I'll select Bunga Sajan Berhad. Once I do so, the system will automatically fill in certain fields according to the details I entered for this particular supplier in the supplier module. Moving on, you can type in your document number if you want to, or leave it blank for the system to auto-generate it. and you can select your date and also check number for future reference. Now moving on to the journal section. Here you can select the account that is being deducted for this payment. So let's say I'm paying this supplier using the e-wallet account. So I'll type in e-wallet. After that, I'll click on lookup and I'll select the e-wallet account. Now, just like the supplier field up here, if you would like to create a new account for this payment voucher entry, you can also click on new account over here and the system will redirect you to the account master ad page. So after you're done selecting your account, you can then fill in your item descriptions for future reference. So let's say here I'll add in e-wallet. And for the reference number, you can fill it in if any. And let's say I paid this supplier 1,000 ringgit. So I'll type in 1,000 in the debit amount field. And you can select your tax if you want to. If not, you can just click on add to finish adding your entry. Now, as you can see, once you click add, there will be a new list down here with your payment details. If you would like to edit them, you can click on edit. And after you make your changes, you can click on update to save them. If you would like to delete your payment details, you can also click on delete over here. After you click on OK, your payment details will be deleted. Finally, once you're done filling in all your journal entries, you can double check the amounts using the summary section. Here, the system will display the subtotal, tax amount, and total after tax of this particular payment voucher. And after you're done, you can click on save to save your entry, or if you would like to print out this payment voucher, you can click on print over here. If you would like to discard it, you can click on exit. And keep in mind that just like the supplier payments, print will also auto-save your entry. So in my case, I'll click on save to save my entry. And that's it for adding a new payment entry. Moving on, if you would like to edit the details of a make payment entry, you can find them in this list and click on their payment number. Doing so will bring you to the make payment edit page where you can then make your changes. And after you're done editing, you can click on save to save them. Other than that, if you would like to void a supplier payment entry, you can also go into the edit page of your supplier payment entries and click on void. And after you click on OK, your payment will be voided. Keep in mind that the void option is only available for the supplier payment types and not the payment voucher types. Continuing on, if you would like to duplicate a payment voucher entry, you can also find it in this list and click on copy. Doing so will cause the system to create a new payment voucher with identical information to the one that you just copied from. This is particularly useful if you're trying to create multiple payment voucher entries with the same recipient or the same payment details. Do note that the copy function is only available for payment vouchers and not supplier payments. So going back, if you would like to print out a make payment entry, you can also find them in the list and click on print. Doing so will bring you to the printing page where you can then print out your payment voucher or supplier payment entry. Going back, if you would like to print multiple make payment entries at once, instead of clicking on print one by one, you can utilize the checkboxes on the left. So once you've selected your entries, you can click on print payment voucher, and the system will bring you to the printing page where you can then batch print your entries. Keep in mind that you can only batch print entries that are of the same type. So continuing on, if you would like to search for a particular make payment entry in this list, instead of looking for them one by one, you can utilize either the search bar down here or the search bar up here. The difference being that the search bar down here is more generic and can only search for keywords within the list, while the search bar up here is more specific and can search for values within certain columns. So let's say I want to search for the keyword 120 in this list. So I'll type in 120 in this search bar down here. And as you can see, the system will return to me all entries with 120 in any of their columns. Now, while this is useful for quick and generic searches, what if I want to be more specific? So let's say I only want to view entries that were created in the month of December 2024. So I'll go up here to this search bar, and in the payment date field over here, in the first box, I'll select 2024 December 1st. And in the second box, I'll select 2024 December 31st. After that, I'll click on search. And as you can see, the system will now only return to me entries that were created in the month of December 2024. Other than using the search bars, if you would like to filter the entries based on column values, you can also go to your selected column header and click on the funnel icon. So let's say I select these two and click on OK. The system will filter out the entries based on my selection. Additionally, if you would like to sort the entries by ascending or descending order based on column values, you can also click on your selected column header like so. Besides that, if you would like to group the entries by column value, you can also drag your selected column header to the blank space up here. As you can see, the entries will now be grouped based on pay to values. To expand a group, all you have to do is just click on the arrow beside the group name, like so. To collapse it, you just do the same. Now, if you would like to create a subgroup, you can drag your second selected column header to the back of the first one. Now, as you can see, there will now be a subgroup in the list. To ungroup your entries, all you have to do is just drag them back down. And last but not least, if you would like to change the way that this list looks, such as rearranging your column sequences or enabling or disabling certain columns, you can go up to this search bar and turn on personalized column. Doing so will give you the ability to turn off or turn on certain columns by turning on or off the status columns and reordering their sequences by dragging them around like so. So once you're done, you can go down here and click on update, and the system will update the list according to your personalization. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.